Alright. So welcome back to another thrilling installment of Mecha-Mondays. I am your host. Oh, don't do this. One sec. Yo, Dun is here. Nice. Glad you could tune in. There we go. That should do it. Alright, so this is going to start off kind of slow with a bare minimum of musical shenanigans, but I swear it will be coming later. Right now I'm going to have to start off as just dudes in fighter, or dudettes in this case, in fighter jets shooting down other fighter jet things. But it will get better, I promise. So this is the Macross 7 portion of Macross Ultimate Frontier, a game that came out in 2009 on the PSP. Right now I'm having to emulate it because my PSP is under the weather, and did not like me trying to connect it to streaming paraphernalia. So, yeah, we're in Mac 7, which is cool. So Macross 7, after the events of the original Super Dimension Fortress Macross, where... Can't hear anything. 80 yeah, I'm up to 80. Echo's here. Damn. Yeah, I've been doing this forever. It feels like forever anyway. This will be, I guess, year 2 that I'm going to be concluding. I'll be on year 3 soon. So what happens when you have a regular schedule and you do it nearly every week? You can get up to pretty high numbers. So after the events of the original Super Dimension Fortress Macross, where the SDF-1 winds up kind of getting shellacked and stuck on the ground, and everybody kind of goes their separate ways, we never hear from the main character of the original Macross ever again, as far as I know. I don't think even in side story material, he's just gone. He's not dead, he's just vanished off into the sunset in a happy marriage to Misa Hayase, the one of the bridge staff of the Macross, the communications specialist, I think. She's a better fit for him than Lin Min-mei, the idol. But, so time has advanced. It's now 40-something years, or just shy 40 years into the future. And so humanity is colonizing the stars. I should probably get this rolling, because it's going to take me long enough. There's a ton of missions in this section, and if I'm going to get through it all... Yeah, it's... Macross doesn't have, like, the deepest lore in the universe, but it is there, but a lot of it's behind the scenes. Particularly when you're dealing with Macross 7, it's kind of like there's a lot of background that isn't necessarily explicit. So what's happened is humanity is exploring the stars. There's various colonization fleets that are exploring, one of which is the one that the Macross 7 titular giant transforming vessel... Uh-oh. That's not normal. I shouldn't be getting itching like that. Macross 7, which is technically a couple ships. It's not just one spaceship. It's a... Okay, this is going to be a problem. Give me a sec. So this is going to continue. I'm not going to be able to have hitching like that. Oh, good. So, Neki Basara showed up. I'm targeting him right now because he doesn't appear, and that's like an in-series lore thing. That's the Fire Valkyrie, which is a modified YF-19, I think, or VF-19. Which is a high-performance transforming fighter jet. I'm targeting him because he doesn't have a functioning friend or foe identifier. So he just kind of shows up in the middle of like a fight between battling transforming fighter jets and is like, listen to my song, and like starts screaming at everyone in song, as you do. So one of the hidden objectives is not to actually shoot him down, and that gets harder Okay, these hitches are gonna have to stop. I'm gonna have to put this on hold real quick while I figure out what the hell's going on. Oh, I can probably close Discord. That's probably not doing me any favors. And same goes to Steam. What I need to identify is whether it is a hardware issue on my end or what. Well, you wouldn't though, because you want them to listen to your song. So I'm gonna see if I can. Oh, that's probably not helping, is I've got the rendering resolution awfully high. So I'm gonna turn that down. Software skinning I probably don't need. I could do that. I don't know what the vertex cache is. So I'm doing this on an emulator, and this is sort of gonna be. It's been real smooth up until now. I'm not sure if it's because there's more going on. Don't want the FPS counter. I don't need that. I don't need that. Things should be fine otherwise. I'm not going to do frame skipping. Okay, we're going to sit with that and see if that's enough. Things are going to look a little dodgy. Actually, it doesn't look any worse at all, so that's fine. But yeah, so Nekibazer is quite a character. He starts off as kind of a... Calling him self-absorbed is sort of disingenuous. He's not self-absorbed per se. He just doesn't care what anyone else thinks, and he doesn't pay attention. Okay, that's really distracting. I didn't want that on anyway. If it keeps hitching like that, I may have to come up with a more permanent solution. This is a more dangerous enemy. Officers have these stars next to their name, so you know that it's somebody important. Alright, I didn't kill Nekibazer, that's good. But yeah, there's a functioning co-pilot system, so my co-pilot I can tell to shoot at things, to punch them in the face, to use a super attack. Good, I got an S rank. S ranks are good. There's a rank higher than S called a double S. We want those ideally, but they're not necessary. S ranks will get you basically everything a mission has to offer in terms of rewards, and that can include other playable units and pilots, so we want those. A ranks are basically acceptable. If I get an A rank, I'm willing to call it a day most of the time, unless I did something obviously foolish. So right now we're in the VF11C, which is a pretty substantial beef up from what we've been using. Aside from last stream, where I was using stuff from Macross Plus, like the YF21, which blows everything out of the water, just because it does. I'm beefing up stats. Trust me when I say I know what they mean most of the time. Let's see, that's probably it. I don't have any substantial upgrades I can do to my auto and whatnot skills. I still don't have access to any song players. Oh, I need to check the shop, because if Nekibazer becomes available early, I want him. Because in order to use his cool Fire Valkyrie, I have to use him as a pilot. So I need to get him as soon as he's available. And he is not. I believe that's Gamlin, who is the sort of love interest of one of Max Genius's kids who's relevant to the plot. That's Maximilian Genius's... I think that's him, yeah. That's his wife. His wife's hot. His wife's ordinarily a 50-foot tall Amazon space warrior. They get married back in the original Macross, because she kind of has culture shock, and she shows up and she's like, what is all this? Because they fight each other, and she's like, I'm going to find that pilot who nearly beat me. I'm going to beat him to death. I'm going to kill him to death. This does not happen, because Maximilian Genius is a monster. This guy is, like, ludicrously talented ace pilot. So they wind up getting married, as you do. They practically single-handedly repopulate the human population. after it gets hit with a big stick by the Zentradi after they attack us. But they're in the same fleet together, and they're having marital difficulties. She is the mayor, I think, of the civilian section of the Macross 7 Explorer fleet, whereas he is in charge, he's the one talking on the right-hand side of the screen, he's in charge of the military end. And they have, don't ask me how that is, where you have a woman who is, her entire life up until 40 years ago, was dedicated to the pursuit of combat and ultra-violence towards everything she sees, and how she goes to being a civilian mayor, but she does, and it works. Yeah, it's pretty much what you'd expect, really. So they breed like rabbits. They're ludicrously fertile. And one of them is a girl named Mylene. Mylena? Something like that. And she basically decides she wants to join this rock band called Firebomber, which sounds like a great name for a rock band, and it made sense at the time. And so she wants to join this band. She's impressed with Neki Basara, the lead singer and guitarist. I want to say she plays bass, which I think is cool. She's also a singer. This, I think, is a training exercise. I'm not sure. I don't remember what this mission is in terms of lore. But we're gonna... Oh, that's bad. We're gonna beat him to death. That's Gamlin. Don't worry about it. So Neki Basara, it turns out, has access to hidden resources. He's got a... well, somebody actually gives it to him in series. I forget who. And I don't remember the reason or justification why. He's like, I gotta get out there and sing my song at these enemy interlopers who are trying to destroy my my fleet or whatever. They just haven't listened to my song, so they'll stop as soon as they do, right? Well, not exactly. He gets in everybody's way. Everybody's upset with him. Nice, I got a fast pack already. That is a good thing. Fast packs are good because they augment my stats and change my weapon loadout, which is also good because I don't like having to use some of the other stuff. So he's part of a J-Rock band, and he has quite a personality. I think the first time we ever see him, he literally parachutes down into the auditorium. So he lives the rocker lifestyle. He's a character. And he's hot-blooded. He goes through some crises of confidence as the series goes on, as he realizes way late, many episodes later, my god, I get the feeling not everybody wants to listen to my song. Which, you know, it's like, we do, dude, but, you know, yo, what up, Blaze? Blaze is watching this? My god, this is the most populated it's been ever. Crazy. I'm gonna redo that mission and hopefully not fudge it as badly, because I just got shot a lot, and that hurts your score. So I'm wearing a fast pack. This will show off what fast packs do. They basically change some of my basic loadout. I'm trying to cover a lot of territory in a very short period of time while also shooting. That's not easy. So I apologize in advance. Oh, I didn't put it on my partner. That doesn't help. So when I do my super attack, I now do a thing where I just shoot a lot, which is much easier to use than the other one. Disadvantages: fast packs tend to reduce your maneuverability a bit, so I turn kind of slowly. I'm just gonna mash through targets. Oh wow, that almost hit me. And I'm also telling my ally to do super attacks when I do them too, because that's gonna make their life easier. Exactly, time and place. It's all about time and place. That's basically what everybody tries to tell Neki Basara once he has his crisis of confidence. So he gets over it after having a dream sequence where he eats a leaf for no reason. This is way later into the series than where we are presently. Okay, I want that dead. I'm hoping that gets killed. Oh, these hitches are killing me, man. Oh man, they're not good. I gotta figure out what's doing that. Oh man, what is going on today? Oh, I can tell them to do their own secrets. Punch him to death, please. I said punch him to death. Oh, okay. It might be because the areas have, like, different skins or something, I don't know. I'm gonna check my, performance and see what's going on. Yeah, I can do big, mighty punches. Oh, I got an S rank on that. I'm happy about this. Let's see if it gave me anything else. Probably not. Other than points. Points are good, because I need those to improve my mechs. Okay, we did. These are my health stats. I need to improve. That's what, turning, I think? Turning and whatever the other one is. I don't remember what those are. One is stability, one is turning. I have to check real quick. I've got a translation here. Here we go. Wrong one. There we go. Turning is the one I want, which is the second to last one. There we go. I want that. I want missile accuracy. And I need to put the fastback on my partner, because otherwise it's not helping me a lot. I'm going to quickly check the shop again to see if Neki-Vaser is available, so I can know he's not. Very good. Here I can buy some other stuff. I'm going to hold off, even though the armored pack is phenomenal. Partly because I think this is a mission where I have to pick up crates. I think. There's a couple of those coming up that I have to keep my eye on. See you later, Blaze. Thanks for tuning in. I won't forget about my super mode. Okay, so yeah, this is the one where I have to... They're stealing crates. So these guys we're fighting are from another fleet, but for some reason they're incredibly hostile. There are reasons for this that involve mind control and soul corruption. Space soul corruption. I swear it makes sense in context. Well, a little. I'm gonna blow these guys up before dealing with transporting of crates, because I don't want them shooting at me while I try to transport crates. I don't want to shoot at the crates either. That's not a crate. That is a person holding a crate. Can't have that. Okay. Nope. Hoping those all hit. We don't want the crates to blow up. This mission is usually, when I've done runs of this game before, or streamed it before, but when I've played the game a million times before, this is where things tend to get a little dicey. Because you wind up, or I have to repeat this mission a lot more than I'd like. Oh shoot, he's doing a super attack. We don't want that. We don't want that. I'm gonna tell my ally to shoot him to death. That one wrong. There's another one. These hitches, man. We're all doing super attacks at once, so nothing's gonna get done. And I need to go after this other guy, not that. There we go, this guy here. And I can't blow up the containers because that's bad. I have to... I'm gonna probably have to do this mission again because it might mean I need to kill... I need to actually deposit containers. Before killing everyone. That kind of sucks. Well, yeah, because if you've got space pirates... I think space pirates kind of can do both. you wind up having both good and... Oh, no, here we go. Like Harlock. Space Pirates are usually bad, but sometimes they're good. But yeah, I agree with Dunn. Oh my god, these hitches are killing me. What is going on? Oh, don't shoot that. Oh god. Shoot them. Okay, hopefully now I just need to do the containers. Nope. So I need to do containers between enemy waves, which is extremely hard to do. So I'm gonna have to redo this mission. Ignore the green-haired shrieky one. She's got an annoying laugh, but we picked her as our co-pilot. Oh, we got an S rank anyway, I don't care. We're moving on. Evidently, I barely got hit, which is good. Grading of missions tends to wind up... Okay, good, we've got a VF-17 model. These are the next step up. But they don't have fast packs, which is kind of a disadvantage. But as you can see, their base stats are higher. Lower stats, higher stats. It's just how it works. Let's see. I'll just beef that up, beef that up, beef that up, that up. And I will switch over. I'll switch my partner over. The VF-17s, as I recall, I have a kind of a mixed opinion on. They are statistically superior. That one looks fancy. I'm going to take that. And I'll put my ally in the stealthy camo one. They've got kind of a different loadout. So let's see, plot-wise, what did I... Okay, so Neki Basara, he's kind of self-absorbed, but not in a super narcissistic way. He's just totally oblivious. He just doesn't realize that, you know, other people might have other priorities. See, I'm not having any RAM issues here. I don't know why it's hitching. It's not spiking my RAM. It's not even spiking my CPU very much. So these hitches should not be occurring. Whatever. It is, particularly for Neki Basara. So he winds up getting, I hesitate to use the word assaulted. He gets assaulted by an evil space fairy and winds up wooing her to his cause, low-key, behind the scenes. Because what's happened is this fleet that's been attacking the Macross 7 fleet, basically, in the background lore, so I guess I have to blow these up, winds up going to this planet where... I have to look at the map because I don't actually remember where I need to be going. Okay, so I need to go left. Left. There we go. This ice planet, which has a bunch of eldritch abominations locked up on it, called the... I don't remember what they're called. I know the head honcho of them is called Geckelnich or something, which sounds great. I'm gonna just tank that, I don't care. That is a spirity attack. It's attacking my soul, and that's bad. And basically they drain... Because I don't remember the name of the other fleet at this point either, because it's been forever. This is Max Genius's hot wife, who's been shrunk down from 50-foot size to relatively normal person size. Yes, it has a face. And now he's going to sing them to death. Well, relatively speaking. So it turns out that the power of song is actually very hazardous to these Eldritch Abominations' health. Which is how they got locked up in an ice planet in the first place, is some alien race basically passioned them to death. They feed on passion. Don't be low-key lost. I'm extremely lost. The background lore of Macross 7 is a hash. It's a cool hash. It's also been at least 10 years since I've watched it, so I'm misremembering probably everything of consequence. That is many enemies, and I want to shoot them all. And fortunately, my gun's actually hitting them, which it doesn't like to do. And I need to avoid hitting Basara, who is very much targetable at this point. Oh, I need to blast this guy to death. He's getting shot. He did his super as well, what a jerk. Now I have to do mine again. And I shot Mecha-Mondays a lot, let's ignore that. Oh, I don't want to target you, go away. Everything changes as soon as I get his mech and start beefing it up. Because I'll be able to basically shoot my machine gun at a couple things and just fly around in circles, singing a song very loudly. And that will win me the match, which is great. Or beat the mission. It does save the day. He winds up getting a upgrade to his mech that puts a giant booster pack on the back, which has 2 giant space speakers that shoot music lasers. Believe you me, it doesn't even make sense in context, but I don't care. It's space. It's like magical space sorcery. And it is good for us. We like it. And I'm looking forward to it because it's great. I think this is Milia's version of the VF-17S. So I'm not actually sure how I got it this early, but I'm not complaining because it's great. We want this. This is good. I'm going to beef up the base stats. No, I'm going to beef up weapons. Hell with that. I'm going to check the shop again to see... Yeah, accuracy is what I want there. Accuracy is what I want there. These are backup machine guns. I'm going to see if Mecha-Mondays is purchasable. He is not. The earlier I get him, the better. I don't know which of these VF-19s is relevant to me. I don't think either one are. So I'm not going to worry about it. Mecha-Mondays winds up being so effective that the military fleet are like, shit, maybe we should get a squadron of people who play music at the enemies. Who play music at the enemies to stun them or kill them or whatever. It doesn't go extremely well. Because they play like elevator music at them and it has no effect. Basically is what happens. It's not quite that bad, but it's close. And Neki has to like pull their fat out of the fire a couple times before they get their shit together and learn how to actually pilot and play music at the same time. This winds up kind of... they wind up having like a co-pilot system, or a 2-seater system, in those, and that winds up being relevant for later series, like Macross Delta specifically, where like it becomes standard operating procedure to fly around with a little dolled-up idol in your cockpit. So you can fight existential threats with the power of song and music. Macross is a special series, is what I'm saying. Listen to my song. I don't want to target him. Stop doing this. So I need to defend those big burly things down below that say monster over their head. I need them to not get blown up. That's my Lena. This is not the mech that she's going to be piloting very much. That's her mom's mech that she like stole or whatever. I promise it makes sense in context. Because she's like, I gotta be with the band, guys. And she winds up getting propositioned by the lead combat fighter pilot, Gamlin, to get married. And she's like, well, I don't know if I don't love Neki, though. And he's like, well, you're gonna have to decide. And I don't remember what she does. I believe she winds up marrying him in the end. There's a lot going on, and I'm trying to remember things. It's hard. Suffice it to say, it's a crazy series. It's got great animation, but kind of a stock footage problem, where it'll occasionally do stock footage sequences of Gamlen pulling out a giant death ray and shooting something in the face. And occasional, like, missile backflips that occur. The plot kind of seems aimless at times, but it kind of makes up for it by looking really pretty and having a pretty baller soundtrack, and then winds up making up for it again by having actual ouch, what the fuck was that? I'm gonna punch that giant robot to the death. Has some really good moments, particularly later in the series, where it's just absolutely perfect. Pitch perfect. Japanese 80s, late 80s, early 90s era high drama. It's fantastic. The problem is you have to slog through a few episodes to get there. Nice, another S rank. We're putting in work. These hitches, though, why is it happening now and not earlier? I don't know. Whatever. Checking the shop again. Don't hitch like this. Nope. Checking to see if a really expensive VF19 shows up, and it has not. It's not going to be until later, I don't think, because it likes holding that stuff off. I should probably boost my other stats here. I can live with that for now. It's pretty incremental to start. So that target that it shows in the upper... Okay, it's not the upper right-hand corner, but where it says target, there's 4 things that look the same, and then there's 1 thing that's smaller. That's the evil space fairy. And there's nothing we can really do to it, I don't think, in-game. But it is there, and you'll see a goofy, poorly rendered model of it. I do have to check if there's a better... I think there's a Blu-ray rip now of Macross 7. It is not localized. Somebody did a fan translation. I don't know which fan translations are available. The one I watched was kind of questionable. It was like translated from Portuguese into English and was kind of dodgy. So Gamlen and Nekibasara have sorted out of necessity to do something here. I don't remember what. I'm pretty sure they fix his friend or foe tag issue later on, but I don't remember now. Hey, don't you run from me. These hitches are almost unbearable. You would, wouldn't you? Get close and punch it in the face. We will be able to play as these enemy mechs in the enemy campaign. There is an enemy campaign where you play as the baddies of every given season. They're usually pretty short and incredibly brutally hard. They are not... There it is. I think her name is Sybil. She's glowing, it's space magic, don't worry about it. Nekibasara is going to sing at her very loudly, and it's going to remove her as a threat. Suffice it to say. So she's one of these evil space aliens that has taken over the minds of this other fleet when they went to the ice planet. And Macross 7 is encountering them because they need souls to drain, or something. It's something like that. Punch him in the friggin' cockpit. There we go. They have a fleet of ships. They're big. They're scary. They're not all that dangerous. I am getting soul drained and I am stuck. Thank you for knocking me out of that. Oy. Even though it's gonna tank my score, as is this tank frame rate. Get shreked. That was less shrekking than I would have liked. Just... Go to the spaceship. Ay, 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 ay. I am not punching it at all. Okay. Where'd that other one go? And she flies off into the great beyond. She doesn't die yet. Actually, I don't know if she dies anyway. She does kind of vanish into the ether, though. Things happen. So, because of the hitching, my score got tanked. That's a B, that's bad. We don't want B ranks. Especially since now is when I might be able to get the YF-19. Or VF-19, the fire valve, the fire bomber. Whatever it's called. We're going to beef that up. We're going to beef that up. We're going to beef that up, even though we don't like lasers much in these games, if we can avoid them. Actually, on that note, I'm going to buy the armored pack for the VF-11C. Because it makes me a burly boy. There we go. Big burly boy. And that's going to make this mission quite a bit easier. Well, I hope. I'm hoping. Because I've got, like, a gorillion missiles and guns and explosions that I can generate. I think you see this armored pack all of once in the series as well, like, and it's kind of, it's practically off screen. It did not take a very central role. You can't transform when you're in this, so I'm pretty reliant on guarding and dodging and actually being good. Things that are not my forte, unfortunately. But we can do that, which is going to lag the game a lot. Here she is again. That's not who I want to be targeting. I have a lot of lasers, actually. I shoot out like 6 of the things. One of the few times lasers are really worth using in this game. Mostly because they tend not to hit because everything moves very, very fast. Not that you're shooting like 12 of them at once. Oh, great. So he's popping a super, I think. He is. ally apparently got blown up pretty badly. He's saying something like, "Don't run away, I still have to sing the second verse!" It's not quite like that. They like have an emotional connection, and he doesn't know what to do with it. She doesn't know what to do with it, I should say. Okay, we got an A, which is better. We'll leave it at that for now. I'll have to go back and do that later. This is another one where I have to blow a lot of things up. So I'll keep the armored pack for now. The problem is it winds up being too slow. So that's kind of a disadvantage. Like, let me go to the armored pack stats. Here we go. I did beef up turn speed, yes I did. That's, I think, general movement, so we should be okay. I don't know what that is. That's thrusters. That's what that is. Okay. Better missiles, those are fine. I'll leave the lasers as they are because I don't care. I'm going to ignore melee because doing melee is dangerous. We want to avoid melee. Because you get shot. And more often you just wind up not hitting things, which is bad. The missiles miss a lot anyway because they fly everywhere and do whatever they want. He's fired up. Oh, you know what it could be? It could be this wavy space effect, because I don't remember that in previous missions. No, don't target him. He's a goon, but he's our goon. So Spiritia is what the Barauta or Varuta, or whatever the hell they're pronounced, call basically spiritual energy. It's obvious. And Nekibasura is, unfortunately for them, overflowing with the stuff and doesn't care. He will blast you to death with it. This is the Macross 7, which is technically like 5 vessels, but it all is kind of glued together as one. I think it's 5 vessels, or is that one of the later Macross vessels? Whatever. Suffice it to say, it's a big boy. Don't shoot him. Shoot the other one. Didn't even need help. Don't shoot him. Yes, I thought that was the case, and my memory was not failing me on that. I'm about to shoot him to death. So it has this thing, which is its own vessel called the Macross Cannon, which shoots, well, its own variant of the Macross Cannon. It's big. And it just blew up an entire fleet, because, How so, done? The reason it's a fleet is because the power requirements are very high or something. There's a justification in series for why they do that. It makes sense based on its modular configuration. You couldn't have a modular giant robot spaceship if it weren't in 5 parts done. God, didn't you know that, I guess, is their reasoning. I don't know. Tell my ally to super that guy to death. Like that. Because it's the 7th fleet. And there have been other Macross class vessels before them. So it's arbitrary. Yeah, you have the Macross 1, you have the Macross, technically there's a Macross 2, 3, 4, and 5, but we never hear about any of them, I don't think. That should have been... Oh, that was a double S. I will happily take that and waddle off to the bank with it. Because we have giant burly guns. And a really strange hitching problem. I've got to figure out what that's about. Because it's killing me. To death. Alright, there's Gamlen's VF1, VF17S. That's fine. It has, I think, a giant death ray super attack, so it's not so bad. But we're going to keep this for a little while longer. Because we like the bang-bang shooty it offers. Accuracy stats and projectile speed are things we like improving. Because it's good to improve those things. Because it is strong. Let's see. Probably should go for damage. Big death ray is pretty relevant, so we're going to need that later. Okay. That should be fine for now. I'm going to double check the shop again, obnoxious as it is. Oh, nothing. Nope, just those two YF19 variants, or VF19s. They're not experimental yet, anymore, I should say, so they have a different designation. Let's see. Do this one and then... Oh, this one's kind of tricky, but it's good I'm in the armored pack because I need to be able to blow up a large spaceship. So the original Macross is actually an alien space vessel that crash landed on Earth, and we reverse engineered. Basically bootstrapped ourselves into a spacefaring society as a result, ultimately. As of the time of Macross 7, the era that we're in this game right now, we're in a spacefaring society. Mostly because Earth has been blown up, in large part, due to the aliens that wanted to take their ship back. And we're like, we can't have that. In the hands of tiny little primitives. Because they're 50-foot tall alien warrior race. Think Klingons, but can't deal with the sound of music. It breaks their heart. Kind of literally. It doesn't kill them, it just makes them stop and be like, wow, and then somebody can shoot them to death. It just happens. As music can do. Shoot that. Jeez, it's way over there? Take this guy out. Prepare to get tooken. He's doing a super. I'm gonna lose my pack. Can't see him. I'm just gonna shoot right through the entire ship. I shoot those. I shoot those for breakfast. Still alive. Oh, there we go. There's the one example. So this is the mission I would have gotten this armored pack from if I hadn't bought it a little early. Which is fine. So there's an anti-missile system in this game, which depends on what mode you're in. Because I'm in the Batroid mode, which is the bipedal robot mode, it means I have to shoot at the missiles with my gun, which can be a little questionable, because it doesn't always work. I'm about to get hit by that. When you're in a fighter jet mode, you just drop like chaff or flares or whatever, and that works. That's easier. So if I have a bunch of missiles coming my way as a fighter jet, or as a robot like this, I will usually switch to a fighter jet, or transform into a fighter jet, pop flares, switch back, or whatever. I don't have that option here unless I purge the armor, which I'm not going to do. This is another member of the Fire Bomber band. He also has a music gun. He also has a co-pilot who never speaks, but plays the drums with great emotion. Oh good, I have a third one off. Nice. They're probably gonna pop a super at me, that's fine, they can try. I'm gonna tell my ally to pop a super in response and hopefully kill him to death. It did. There we go. Not too bad. I picked her. I have no reason to complain, but I absolutely will. Okay. Give me cool things. Those are missions. That's okay, but it's not the one I want. I don't know what that last thing was. I don't think that was a pilot. Let me check. No, it was not a pilot. It's worth checking. That could be a fast pack for a VF-19? No. VF-17? No. Other 17? No. No. So VF-19s are fine. They're good. They have high stats. These have less high stats than the one that we would have been using in the Macross Plus era, because they're mass production models, and that's apparently how that works. Mass production models, I guess, always have lower stats. I don't know how that works. But it does. We're probably going to keep using the VF-11C, mostly because we still have plenty of room to upgrade the thing, and it is carrying us right now pretty hard. There we go, that's probably fine. I'll deal with max ammo later. There are going to be missions soonish, like this one, where they're going to throw the book at us, and we are going to actually have to worry about gravity, so I do have to effect switch mechs. I was wrong, and mech switching is happening now. We're going to beef up our health stats, because we need them. I'm going to hope this has a shooty... I might leave my ally in that, just to have heavy fire support. I'm going to check the shop real quick. Nope. Nope, that's the S model of the same that I'm using. That'll be even better, but we're not going to worry about it. Oh, right, I wanted to check to see if maybe, just maybe, no I don't. Oh, actually I should check co-pilots anyway, because that might be, no, I don't want an operator. No, no new co-pilots. That's fine. Oh, this mission. We're going to switch back to the armor, because we need to shoot a thing to death. Very, very hard. And I'm actually going to switch my co-pilot skill to... is it this? Or is it this? I think it's this. I have to check. Because I'm going to fight a giant eldritch abomination, and it's not easy. And it has a shield that I need to very casually ignore, or else it will kill me. Yes, this is the one I want. Very good. Even though this is going to make it harder for me to use my super attacks, because they'll cost more than they did before, but I'll be able to ignore its shield, so it's fine. You'll see. It will all make sense momentarily. Or it won't, but it'll look cool. And that's what matters. They do, and this one in particular, because it winds up blowing a hole through a planet, I think, at one point. Or a crater in one. It's rather large. So, the Eldritch Abominations are called the Proto-Devil because changing it from Proto-Devlin makes sense. Okay, it's called Glavel because it's actually got a personality, I promise. My ally just got blown up. That's Mylena, she gets bodied. Gamlin to the rescue. Maybe if he'd sung his song at it more violently, it wouldn't have done that. But she tried on her own. Fortunately, the mission isn't over yet. We're just going to shoot at it a lot and try to not get hit, because it will hurt me if it does. I am just going to shoot it with the lasers. It's got many lasers. It's got like a head tentacle laser, it's got a big arm gun, it's got a giant death ray it can do as well. Fortunately, we served its hash. And to celebrate, I'll just fire missiles and everything. He is a huge bitch. One of the recurring villains in the series, who we've seen kind of casually, he's piloted a fighter jet. Winds up becoming a giant monster, but then has like a massive, just epic scene where he kind of has a change of heart, sort of. It's pretty incredible. It's really well done. It's one of the best done moments in the entire series. So a lot of stuff just happened there. I think I got a higher rank of some kind. We are not doing that again because we shellacked that mission. And we never want to do it again, because we don't have to anymore. And that's what battling is all about. Do we want faster reloads? Probably, yeah. Or more ammo. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. No, not that. Can I max that? No, I can't. I'll just max that. Yes, I can. More lock-ons for everyone. I'm gonna double check the shot real quick. It's a recurring theme. Nope. Nope. Just as well. Because getting it super early would probably be too good. We are now going to switch into the VF-19. I'm going to change the color on her. I'm not going to keep the fire. Actually, no, I won't keep the fire bomber colors because then I will be confused and I don't need that. So this is kind of tough. I think if it's the one I'm thinking it is, because it's kind of a knife fight. We're stuck in tight corridors. I promise we're probably getting to the part where we sing at things very loudly soon, but I'm not sure when that's going to occur because it's a long segment. In the next chapter, there's going to be a lot more of it, but we're going to have to save space whales, and I'm not sure if that's better or worse. And we have to fight space pirates, or space Ahab as well in the next chapter. That's not going to be for a while though. That may not be till next week, actually. Depending on how long this takes me to get done. It's going to be a while. Let's see. Oh yeah, they don't open until I get there. I knew that. So at the end of all these corridors is a ace boss. Or there's another one here. Yes, it is a shooty super, not the other kind. And he's not dead, so we're in mortal peril. I'm gonna guard that because blocking actually does something. Alright, hit the switch. I don't think there's anything down this way, is there? No, that door won't open because that's the wrong door. I knew that. Oh, I have to be in I have to do that. There we go. I have lasers, I should probably be using those. In closed areas, lasers are good, as opposed to all the other times. This one is the one that is opening. There we go. I'm not even locking onto them because it'll screw up my camera and I'll get even more confused. That's really the main reason I'm not doing that. My ally is somewhere way off in the distance. The AI has a hard time with these tight corridors. Almost as hard a time as I have, but not quite. So, Bossy McBossface. And somebody behind me. He's trying to kick me to death, apparently. Oh, it's another Bossy McBossface. Let's shoot him more. He's not dead. That's bad. I'm gonna guard this. Oh, that's actually working. Oh, I'm in a guard animation and he's locked me down with his stupid spirit tentacle. Okay. Well, get shot. Aw. He has a thing for Sybil. I don't remember why. And he is very distraught by the fact that she is developing emotions in general, but also more specifically towards Neki Basara, who he is very much designated as a rival. If I'm remembering the plot correctly, and this leads to some dramatic moments later. Guards are not typically so effective. If I had done that guarding against that giant monster, it would not have done very much. I would have probably died horribly. There's some side objective there that I should have completed to get better than an A rank. We're going to leave it at that for now, because I don't think that mission would necessarily get me the VF-9, the fire bomber, but we'll see. I do need to beef up my guns. Make them shoot better. Accuracy is key. Because that way the projectiles actually hit things. They go from being missiles to hittles. A joke I have made, I think, every single stream I've done for this game. Alright, I haven't checked the shop yet. Only reason I'm checking the shop as frequently as I am is because I want to be able to get Basara and any of the other Firebomber gang as early as possible to start boosting their stats up, because they are going to have very low stats otherwise. Or they're going to, not very low, they're going to have stats that are inferior to my own at the moment. So I want to increase them so it'll minimize grinding, which will be a thing, probably. And I don't want to have to do lots of grinding, because then I have to identify which missions give me lots of points, etc., and so on and so forth. It's not great. Not great. Alright. Space music lasers. And, whatever the name of the, Muzak Squadron is. Emerald Force? I don't remember now. It's not Emerald Force. That can't be right. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. I'm using one of their jets at the moment because it's a high-performance fightercraft machine. Oh, I don't want to be targeting you. All those spinning whirlwinds are them singing very loudly at things in space. Switch back from... I'll have to check. The disadvantage with this one is it doesn't have multi-lock missiles, so I kind of have to joust things and go after one enemy at a time. Joust is being the wrong word. There is jousting in this game, for all intents and purposes, where you'll fly like head-on at an enemy and hope for the best. Dumping missiles at them. Gamblin showed up because he's like, I'm not having it. So he's gonna change songs now because for him, life is a concert. He's not wrong. I think he's righter than he's wrong anyway. Life is showtime, as they say. He lives by that. Whoop. Lots more hitching. Did not hit. I'm trying to keep my strategies a little basic. Oh, here we go. Commence to blasting. Jeez, he is just running away? I'm not having it. Hopefully my ally will hit him from the crossfire. They did not. Hopefully I will hit him. I did not. I'm gonna tell my ally to dump a super on him. Okay. Enough of your running. Now you pop a super, I see how it is. Shoot that man. Or alien, or whatever it is. See, a bunch of the people on this fleet that have been possessed by the eldritch abominations are still people, but their minds are all controlled. And I forget where the... Like, and some of them have, like, other... oh, shit. Have different personalities now. It's complicated. And I don't remember who's what anymore. So I have to eat through its shields, which is going to reduce my damage dramatically to this guy. But he's slightly less durable, I think, this go-round than he was in the actual boss fight before. Oh boy. And I'm... oh, jeez. Ow. It stings. Oh, God. Oh, no. Well, there went a perfectly servable S rank. It's going to be an A at best now. Oh, no. Oh, jeez, this hitching is killing me. This was not a problem before, I swear. Where's the other one? Oh, he's dead already? Because he comes with his brother or whatever, who looks kind of like a Mothman. Glavel and Gravel or something. They've got very similar names, but they're brothers. One is a giant eldritch abomination, and one's just a total asshole and a moth person. So, as you see, just being a space alien who's been locked in stasis for thousands of years in on an ice planet doesn't necessarily mean you're hot shit. Oh yes, we want that. We want that. We want that. We want that. It has multi-locks. It has actual missiles. It doesn't have big boom missiles, but it doesn't need them. Okay. And it is a good super attack too, which I think is one of the ones that gives me like shadow clone duplicate things, which basically means I can triple my firepower at a moment's notice, which is nice. It means I can do mucho del damajo. Okay, moving right along. And yes, you did hear right. The VF-19 is the Excalibur model. Valkyrie. Fighter. Craft. And then they have different designations. You've got like an F, you've got an S. S as a designation usually is for officers or ace pilots in universe, and tends to be a more customized model. That's about it. F, J, S, D, A, J. E. There might be E, I don't know. Max Genius is heading this... I think he's in this mission, I don't remember. He shows up though. There is yet to be another much larger Eldritch Abomination later, which you'll get to see, which is the head honcho. And it looks the part. Like, the other thing is a giant, like, oh, okay, it's like a kaiju, whatever. It looks basically human. This thing will not. And you'll know that when you'll know what I'm talking about when you see it. Things are actually shooting back now. Or is this a training exercise? Or is this when people are brainwashed? I don't remember. People get brainwashed, it happens. Sometimes you just gotta get brainwashed by aliens when they show up. It's tradition. As is music. Music is tradition. Music is release. I'm not hitting this guy. There we go. Yeah, here we go. There really is. It's very high odds. Like, if you are in an anime, you're probably going to get brainwashed somewhere along the line. No, it just ran. So here I've got I summoned basically 3 bros that will shoot everything I shoot. At the same time as I'm shooting them, so it's just a very effective force multiplier. You can't see them too well because they're off screen most of the time because I'm flying very quickly. And you can see it when... Oh, okay, they just ran out. Now I have to let my SP recharge enough to do it again. Oh my gosh, BG. There we go. There we go. Now I have to find where this last guy is. Oh, he's way out here. What's he doing here? We're summoning our bros. If I fire lasers, you'll see many more lasers showing up. And none of those are hitting. That's okay. More of them are hitting. Game did not like that. And now Max and his wife just showed up. That's why the music took a turn for the dark, because they are a terror. They are monstrous pilots in the universe. They are canonically absurd. Like taking down entire squadrons solo without breaking a sweat. Very frightening. But good guys, fortunately. This is a training exercise or something, I don't know. I want this, and I want that. I think I'm going for Max's wife, which could be a mistake. And the game doesn't like all that. Oh my gosh. It really doesn't like all the missiles. There's been some lag before, but that was obscene. I think I had too many missiles. I agree. I may have made a terrible, terrible mistake. It's on my ally to use their ult. Maybe shoot something to death, please. Thank you. Shoot them. These guys are kind of tough anyway. Actually, you know what? If Max is here, I want to go for Max first. Because if he does Max... Actually, no. I'll go for his wife first because she's most damaged. This is the hard part. Because they're just going to avoid everything. So Ace Combat is what a big chunk of this game winds up being. Anytime you have to fight a real ace in this game, it is very much Ace Combat. That's connecting. Alright, prepare for lag. Lag inbound. I'm gonna just not lock onto them and pray. So some of those hit. Oh, not all of them. You can't shoot them all down. All I need is one to hit. Ah, jeez, she would. So she's got like a passive skill that will make her temporarily invulnerable and heal her a bit when she's about to die. So this makes this take much longer than it needs to. Fortunately, I have more missiles. And cue the lag. Maybe some of those will hit. Come on. So as you can see, this is a hard part, and I'm taking very long to get something relatively simple done. If I had Neki Basara, this would be over as soon as I could tag them with one single bullet projectile, and then I would make them listen to my song, and they would leave. And I'll show that off when the time comes, when I actually get there. Oh, and he put on a shield because he would. Oh boy. Well, I got the shield down. That's good. But he'll just bring it back. Those are never gonna hit. So hopefully Max won't use something called Max World, which is where everything will turn photo negative and time will stop. Except for him. I have to hope and pray that he does not do this, because it will be bad. Put a shield on again. Actually predates JoJo by a fairly substantial... Oh no! It happened! The worst has occurred! My doom is imminent! I have to hope that very few of those connect. He did nothing with it, so we're good. We're good. Because he can do that and then do really bad things to you afterwards, like punch you to death. It's so the original Macross is from the early 80s, so it would predate JoJo by a few years. But yes, it is much the same principle. My ally's getting beat. Maybe I should have gone with the armored mode and just dealt with the fact that they're going to be away from me 90% of the match. Oh, yeah, and we're now running out of time, too, which is really bad. Normally you'll never run out of time on missions. This is one of the few times where it'll actually happen. So I have 30 seconds and pray that this guy gets hit by a couple of these. There we go, we're good. Whew. This hand of mine is burning greenish. So yeah, that's a B rank. I'm not doing that again anytime soon. Even though I really want to improve that ranking, but it's... Having to fight those two is just insufferable. Because they do not die. Projectile speed, probably good. Accuracy, really good. This is... which is this one? I don't remember what mission this is. Hopefully this gives me something worthwhile. Oh, this won't be too bad. We can do this one. Yeah, with like 20 seconds left on the clock. Hopefully I will get, and I forgot to check the shot. So obvious villain mechs are obvious because they have spiky bits. Oh, hey, that was a laser I could have dodged. That's unfortunate. And no, you would not want to perform any of these maneuvers with a regular fighter jet. It is at this point in time in the Macross series that things like inertial dampeners start becoming nearly standard issue equipment, because the maneuvers the fighter jets are able to perform are simply too intense for the pilots to survive without them. It's also around this point in time where they get miniaturized enough to the point where they can actually do that, which is kind of the main thing. Just not guard any of that, apparently. That's good. Ow! Yeah, it's a canyon fight. I've had a couple of those. In the earlier streams, just not here, and they tend to be kind of brutal. Because they're knife fights. You don't have a lot of room to maneuver. Oh, and Big Boy showed up, which is less ideal. And his brother. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna go for his brother first. Ah! I dodged right into that. That was very avoidable. Well, if his burly eldritch abomination cousin keeps getting in the way, fine, so be it. I think he just punched me. Or kicked me. Or stepped on me with his foot. Otherwise caused me damage. Just dodging a lot now, because I don't want to die. Ah, shit. Okay. Progress. Hopefully that's it. And I got an S rank. I'll take it. Is very good. Give me... oh, well, I'll happily take Max's VF22S. Yes, please and thank you. So we're switching gears again, because we're taking the best mech in the game. Well, okay, that's not true. One of the best mechs in this era outside of the Firebomber stuff, which I might not get till after I beat this area, which would be kind of lame. We want to improve his shooty guns, because he dual wields. Oh no, we want to improve the, we want to improve the shield, actually, because the shield is my lifeline. And then improve his shooty guns. I don't remember which one of those is which, it doesn't matter. And we're going to put our partner in the same. Yes, it does not, unfortunately, have the cluster missiles. I'm going to real quick check to see if we've got... We don't. So it would be too easy. Nope, there's the VF22S. Okay. No Firebomber units yet. It's coming. I really want to do that one over again, because that might have one of them. I really do. I'm not going to do it yet. I'll do this one first, and then I'll go back and do it. So, as the conflict progresses, the aliens become a lot more adept at, or rather a lot more overt about just trying to straight up mind control people and get them to do what they want and cause distractions. I believe this is when that starts kicking into gear. Okay, he doesn't dual wield in this, but in the jet he absolutely does. He'll shoot 2 sets of bullets. So that's where we'll be most of the time. Yes, we have to defend the target on this one. Not so good. Defense missions. Pinpoint barrier system. It's a bunch of like 0-point energy shenanigans that keeps anything from damaging me for a little while. Until they break it. There's also a fast pack for this, which will act as additional armor as well as enhancing my stats and changing up my weapons a bit. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Firebomber's back. They're gonna shoot song lasers and things. And play drums menacingly. Oh, this might be the episode where Basara loses his voice. And so Mylena has to actually take over for him and try lead singing. It's pretty hilarious. He gets a sore throat, and like the defense of the fleet is at risk because of a sore throat. It's pretty funny. It's brought on by a lack of self-confidence, though, for some reason. I think that's when he has the dream where he eats a leaf. Don't ask. It doesn't make sense in context. I don't think it's just a dream sequence, so it's supposed to be weird. And it is. I forget what my super attack is. Oh good, I shoot at things. We're fine. Oh, he's being hit by the song attack. That's why he's glowing white. Yeah, that's what's going on. He gets temporarily mind-controlled, which is part of the dramatic impact of having Mylena go out and sing. Is she's like, oh no, a possible prospective husband. He's making a bad decision. I'm gonna blast him with song. So we have to shoot him to pieces. He's popping another super, that's frightening. Whatever, go for it, dude. 2-for-1 special. Got him. These hitches are killing me. Yeah. He'll be fine, don't worry about it. Not tonight, honey, I have a headache. What's going on? He absolutely won't take this anymore. He said after like the 6th time of getting shot out of a giant transforming robot. Alright, S ranks for days. I will even take her fire, whatever it is. I forget what it's called. I think hers is a modified VF11C or something. Nope, still nothing. Still nothing. You're killing me here. Oh, I think this is the final countdown. These are like the last couple, these are hard. Okay, I want that beefed up, because I want to be able to shoot a lot. I want that beefed up, because I need to shoot these a lot. The lasers I don't care about very much at this stage. Every point I put into that is going to be worth its weight in gold, because I can just shoot them. Actually, I need to take away from that and put into health and defense stats. There we go. Probably fine. We're just gonna skip the launch sequence. Try again, indeed. So this is the ice planet, where the aliens, well, the eldritch abominations possessing the aliens, which are... it's complicated. In any case, it's the enemy lair. And we need to be prepared for what's coming in a few minutes, or in a minute or two here. I'm not locking on to anything right now because it'll take me less time to do this. Because the tracking of the bullets is extremely tight. Or extremely generous, I should say. Oh, those are not hitting. Okay. Here's super attack. It's our good friend, Burly Boy McBeef Beef. I'm gonna go after this little brother real quick. There we go. I'm actually targeting the one I want to target. There we go. Success. Now, if we were playing as the villains, we would have to fight the Macross 7 at some point, and I really don't want to do that. That's scurry. Oh, I was talking about eldritch abominations. Well, literally an evil shapeless mass, covered in tentacles called Geppernich or something. I am missing song lasers. This thing is like half the size of the map, and the map is huge. And Vefida says, because she's a drummer. She's great. She's a champion. I may have to pop on my... Yes, that's fine. Aw, zone of danger. That hurts. It hurts. Ah! That's gonna hurt me no matter what, so I'm just gonna attack him. Please, please fly through him, thank you. Or away from him, I should say. And it moves surprisingly fast, too, which, like, you don't know it because you're always looking up at the thing, but it's hauling ass right now. hard to hit the stupid thing. Ah, shoot! Okay, good. I had a... When you're doing your super attack, you're invincible. Unfortunately, I had enough SP to pull that off. This is not going to be quite as bad as the Macross Zero fight, where I had to do, jeez, it's not targeting me, we're good. It is targeting my ally, which is not great. Whatever targets me, I'm in trouble. Oh, this hitching. I'm dead. I didn't pop my super soon enough. So I have to do that over again. If I had Nekibasura, this would be easy. I would just shoot at it, and I'd sing, and then just fly in circles and hope for the best. But that is not how this works. I actually need those points to upgrade, so I'm going to upgrade. Actually, I'm going to go to a slightly less impressive mech because it's going to do a lot more damage to this thing. Which sounds counterintuitive, but I swear it's true. The one that can make... The failed message is indeed disappointed at you. Yes. It is the truth. They are disappointed at me. Just in general. Like, they don't want to be disappointed at me, but they are. So I'm going to switch to this. Yeah. And what I might do, I'm going to leave my partner in that, because it's a high-performance mech and it'll help them a lot. God, I have nothing going for me here right now. Oh, that's what I can do. That's what I can do. I can remove the... Yeah, do that. We'll do that. So now I'll be able to shoot through shields, which should help me. It is kind of a dick when it decides to be rude and like when you get to the end of an era, everything gets cranked up to 11, and it gets very hard. I'm not making it look especially easy, but it is harder than it looks. Any of those gonna hit. Thank you. And I'm missing pinpoint barriers, so I can't get hit. Or I don't want to get hit, I should say. And I need to save up a certain amount of SP as well, so I can actually cast my force multiplying ability. Where are you? There you are. You're a super. The Doofus twins should be showing up soonish. The Odd Couple. The what was the that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito, where they're ostensibly related by blood? Not Junior though. I think that had both of them in it too. In any case, they're like that. The Odd Couple. Here we go. Okay. Turn. get shredded. And don't heal like that, it's really annoying. There we go, much better. Okay. Tell them to super that. I have to save up some SP to deal with this guy. Twins! Okay, thank you. Ah, I knocked him away. I didn't want to do that. Use your super! Do it! Double dog dare you. My ally blasts you. There we go. That went well. Okay, now for the hard part. And hopefully this will go a little smoother because I don't have to worry about shooting through its shield. It's a new frontier. Oh boy. I'm going to just not get hit by that. Not gonna hit. Not gonna hit me. Come on. I want to hit, see its actual... There it is. So it's shooting those tentacles at me all the time as well. You can play as this thing, by the way. This is a playable enemy unit. You can play as a giant space abomination. I figured I should mention that. That is a thing you can do. That's one of the reasons I love this game. Ah! Indeed. Oh shit. Oh shit. I'm dead. I'm live! I live. Oh, thank you. He's just doing his super over and over and over. He does not care. And I am out of super juice, which is bad. So I'm just gonna hope that I can hit him enough. And if he turns around, I don't think I'll be able to survive it if I do try guarding, but I will try. He's dead. Whoo! Ah. So that went pretty well. Other than my ally dying, but that's fine. I was going to get D-ranked anyway as soon as I took damage, but that's okay. I'm fine with this. I'll take the A. Getting an A on that second try is not too shabby. I'm going to try... There are more missions in this particular timeline, though, so I'm going to go back and do some of those, because I still have time, which is good. So this is saying something along the lines of, well, Gebelnich was big bad news. It was bad, but fortunately somebody sang at it really loud and it stopped its evil eldritch shenanigans. Neki Basara and Sybil do things. Firebomber do things and stay a band for a while, and then Neki goes off on his own to kind of just travel the galaxy for a while, which is pretty cool. Whereas your playable characters, who have actual canon names, they're semi-canonical. So here's the Dynamite 7, I think, is the next one? Yeah, it is. This is some of the OVAs that came after Macross 7 that are directly related. Okay, yes, the enemy stuff. Yes, that. And there is my boy. Alright, so here's where things get interesting. And we're going to do it anyway. Basically, a few years after Macross 7, I can't even remember the plot of Dynamite, Macross 7 Dynamite. It's something along the lines of Nekibazara is bumming around the galaxy, places where people have been, and he hears about space whales. So he goes to see the place where space whales are, and basically wants to sing at them, because that's what he does. But there are space whale poachers, and we're not going to have it. It's just not going to happen. I don't know why the poachers of space whales poach space whales. It's just what they do. There is a literal Captain Ahab, who's a giant 50-foot alien who wears a deep-sea diving suit. You cannot make this stuff up, I swear. It is space-rated, though, so he's fine. I think that's Nekibazara for this era. I'm not sure. I should probably find out. I have the points, I can afford it. That's not Yeah. I want mechs. Okay. Those are all baddie mechs. We don't want them. They don't even list it? Really? They do that to me? They would do that to me. I mean, you can't make up that someone made this up. That's what I mean done. Jeez. Gosh. I guess. I don't know. Oh no, that's whoever she is. I don't remember who she is. She does things. That's who I want there. That's who I want there. We're gonna switch back an era. We are going to grab our bro here, Nekibazara. We're gonna see if it'll let me do him twice, which would be nice. Is it gonna let me do that? Can I get away with it? We'll find out. So other weapon here is my speaker pods that I'll shoot out at people. I want to level those, make it so that I can hit with those more accurately. These, with the very high damage stat, are the songs that I can sing. I think that's reload time. That's range. So I want that. For some reason, this song is more damaging. I think because it's longer. And you have some actual missiles you can use to damage things with. I want to avoid using those because I should not need them. Oh, that's right. No, I'll leave the damage high. I do want, though, which is speed. Which is mobility? I have to look it up. Mobility is that one. Thruster is the one beneath that. So I want those. And hopefully I can sortie as the same person twice. That's the hope anyway. Oh, well, I don't need that. I do want the SP thing up because that's going to allow me to... Cheat is the wrong word. It's going to allow me to get away with a few things. So we're going to try this one again. I think this was the one where I have to fight... No, I cannot be the same person at the same time, so I'm going to have to switch my partner over to the Mylena version, which also has music and works basically the exact same way with a different musical arrangement. It's fine. Unfortunately, I do... Where is... Okay, he does have a high Spiritia stat, though, from the get-go, which is good. We like that. My custom pilots cannot use these, unfortunately, but that's okay. We want that, we want that, we want... Which one of these is... Try that one. We want range, we want that. And I want to be able to move. I can switch between these two. Okay, we should be fine. What color options do I have for this? Later games don't let you do that. Those are fine, but I like the default better. So we're going to try this mission. on our own some. So I can actually show off how this works. When you over level certain stats, they cost more and you can't put them elsewhere, but you can make this thing so its actual song damaging range is very high indeed. Skip these. Okay, we've hit him. We're casting a song. And once I fly into range of the thing that I've shot, his health goes down in a split second. So what we'll do is we will mash target a lot. Everything near us is going down like it wasn't even around. This basically lasts as long as I've got music, which will run out in a bit. And the closer you are, the more you hit them as well, the more damage they will take from the song. I can also punch them to death, but there's no need. You don't want to do that, because that actually reduces your song damage, I think. It's a very intricate system for something you're not going to be able to use too often until you get the system unlocked. And isn't relevant for later eras, because you don't necessarily have that. She's invincible, but I'm about to find out. Alright, here we go. And I send out a giant, large music bazooka at them, too. That's a thing I can do. It's important. And I think anything... Oh, I don't want to be targeting him. There we go. And now everything... I don't even have to use my gun pod on things. My speaker pods, I should say. That's what they're called. Because I've already hit him with a big giant sound bazooka. Ah, he's about to die, and that's probably going to cost me a level. That's fine. Or a rank, I should say. So he's going to do that business. Let him try. Go for it, dude. Just try it. Try on my song for size, guy. So, because I'm singing at this spaceship very loudly, it is going to retreat and die. Well, vanish, anyway. I don't know if it's dying per se. It is pretty great. Got an S right. We knew this would happen. I didn't use many SP attacks, so I couldn't level up my SP stat, which I do want to do, because that's going to be a huge, huge benefit to me. In terms of dealing straight up damage. What I'm not able to do right now, but I will be able to do later, is reduce stats in things and put them into other stuff instead. That's probably what I'll wind up doing with this, is I'll just scrap the stats on one of the songs and dump it all into another one. Or the missiles, for instance. I'll just get rid of the stats on that and dump it into something else more worth my time. I'm actually going to do real quick, so I'm going to go into the shop and buy some points for this, just to make it a little smoother. I think that's it right there. That's very expensive. I am not going to do that. Oh, and I need to improve my partner as well. I forgot. I'm going to give them, like, defensive stats so they can actually withstand a hit. Me, I don't plan on getting hit. I'm going to do that really, really hard one real quick that I was having difficulty with before, and this is going to be, in comparison, kind of a joke. All I have to do is not die. That's basically all you ever have to do, is not die and get them stuck with one speaker pod, and then it's pretty much game over. Skip that. I have to actually get close enough to hit them. That's okay. What I'm doing there is I'm mashing the target change button while holding down my shooting gun, and it is causing me to shoot multiple enemies in a fairly short period of time. Like that. And then they run away. They just go, they leave. They're like, nah, I can't fight this. Power of Song is too strong. That'll last basically until the song ends. And then they won't take damage from it anymore. And then you just have to re-up it. Easy. Oh, I have plenty of SP. Let's do this. Sound Bazooka attack! And then I just have to get close, and they evaporate. Don't run! Listen to my song! And now for the easy part. Well, it would be hard, but we're gonna... Oh, don't hitch. Whoops. Not what I wanted to do. So the difficulty here is actually hitting them once with bullets, or the speaker pods. Because when I shoot my machine gun, I'm shooting out weaponized miniature speakers that latch on and basically blast music into the cockpit of whatever I'm singing at. Let's do this the easy way. Now I just have to get close, and his health is going to go way down real fast. Not even time to go into his time stop. Same with his wife. She's going to have her brief period of invulnerability, and she might cast a super attack at me. So, if you remember how hard this was before, and how hard it's not now, the power of song truly does trump all other considerations. It's wonderful. Music is great. Easy, easy S rank. Oh, and we got the Max's wife, Amelia Felina Genius. Yes, his name is Maximilian Genius, and if that doesn't say something about him, I'm not sure what else really can. Yes, and yeah, I've already got that beefed up. Having more ammo might not be a bad idea, and faster reload. So that way I can more certainly get them. I'll keep my ally healthy. Actually, I will switch to her, and then have them switch to that. Won't be quite as powerful, but it'll be good enough. Should not be an issue. This way you'll get different musical variety. Not too far away. Too fast. And because this is a wide open area and we're near the end of the mission, I'm gonna pop my super. And, oh. Okay. There we go. Actually, that was This is, by the way, like, not me using cheat codes or something. This is 100% intentional. This is how the game is meant to be played with these units. It's pretty lovely. I don't actually want to punch him like that. That's bad. Ah, he got me with the business. The business hurts. So I'm gonna have to do this mission over again, but that's okay. Hit him with the business again. Yeah, it was another A rank. I'll do that again. That's not an issue. Actually, switch back because I know what I'm doing with him. She's slightly different, but not a lot. Wait, you have 2 lunch breaks, Blaze? That's incredible. Back in my day, we got 1 lunch break, and we had to walk uphill during it. To get to wherever the food was, I don't know. I guess you could just split it up into multiple chunks. We're gonna do that over again, because we can do that very handily. I just have to not get hit. Like I did last time. He's the villain, but he's the pretty villain. Let's see. Oh, it's behind me. I knew. Oh, it's too fast. Oh no. You like that? You like that? Fine. Shoot me! I'm holding guard. What's it gonna do? Not much anymore. It used to do a lot. Oh, because I didn't target it. I'm smart. Oh no, you don't. Not getting away. You'll be fine. Oh, shoot! There we go. Skip that ending sequence. That should be an S rank because I didn't take much damage. I think it's percent based. Like how much percent of your health takes damage that it cares about. I don't remember for sure anymore. That's fine. I don't need that. Reloading that won't necessarily help. Extra stats I'll probably pump into area/radius, because that's a very nice stat to have a bit extra in. Other than that, I'm pretty much set for this era, and I still have a couple missions at the end to do.
Fire Valkyrie, 発進スタンバイ。行くぜ。負けるもんです。エメラルドホース、直ちに出撃。全軍迎撃態勢に入る。さあ、作戦開始よ。よーし、行くぞ。フォーメーションでジャンプだ。
That one lived. Not that guy. Yes, truly, they stand no chance. There's not much they can do. Sound bazookas. Hey, listen to my song. Did I get him or not? Yeah. Aha, I'll take your eldritch abomination and raise you the power of song. So right now I'm just running around him and hoping to have the game not freeze like this and scare me half to death. Thank you. I am damaging him, I think. I do have to actually hit the speaker pods. Yeah, it is. That is, yep, that's basically correct. But don't you see the giant swirly things coming out of me, Blaze? That's the power of song. That's what the speaker pods in my machine gun are for. That's how you sing in space. I basically have a machine gun that shoots out little weaponized speakers that hit the side of a mech, and then the music is projected into them via, I don't know, space signals. Radio waves, for all I know. It's the weaponized space music lasers that you should be asking questions about, and that has something to do with spacefold technology that I don't fully understand. Is this 54 versus... Actually, this is a slightly larger radius, but less damage. So using this other one might be the better route. So we will use that one instead. Ha! So be ya. Beef up my health, beef up my resistance to things. Through radio waves, that's how. Again, I'm shooting them with speakers. The speakers are clamped to their mech. I'm broadcasting music to the speakers on the mech. And they're hearing it through the speakers that are clamped onto their mech. Makes perfect... See, Dunn gets it. Perfect logic. Again, the show has a genuine explanation for this. It has to go way out of its way to do it, but it exists. There are speakers. I just shot at them. When he wants to take down a giant spaceship, he has a giant bazooka that shoots a really big speaker at their spaceship. And then music is projected through it, which makes them all cover their ears and be like, I'm out. I can't take it anymore. Too much music. So in order to actually damage these guys, I do have to shoot them first with speakers. It's a great color scheme. It's classic. Oh yeah, let's make it hot-blooded red and yellow with a face to show off how hot-blooded it is. No, I did not guard that. I should have guarded that. I wish I had guarded that. So here I'm just mashing targets to hit as many enemies as I can with my my machine gun speaker bullets, which I may have succeeded in doing. And now for the slightly easier part, where I just get up close in this thing's face and pray it doesn't hit me. Tony Stank. I mean, okay, I guess. If you think of him as stanky. He's gonna get bazooka. Oh, don't you use you stupid that then. Wow, I actually blocked that. That's cool. One of the disadvantages of playing as Nekibasura with the sound beams is that if there's multiple officers around, they'll all try to use supers on you at the same time, and you can get badly injured doing that. I do have to be careful in the initial phase of this next fight with the eldritch abomination that looks like a starfish from hell. It speaks for itself. Because it's going to do a big radial damaging Nova thing that I don't want to get hit by. That purple stuff, I don't want to get hit by that, so I'm going to fly away from it. And my ally's getting hit by it because they're dumb. Mo indeed. So we're going to shoot this thing with a sound bazooka and then get up in its grill. Ah, indeed. He's gonna keep doing super attacks. He just killed my ally. I'm not happy about that. I'm gonna have to flank him. Got him. May still be an A rank because I took a bunch of damage, but that's the price we pay for power. Specium done. It's made of specium and ultra violence. Or in the case of Ultraman Z, I think he used like a Z beam that does Z things. Who knows what that means? But again, there's the Ultramen are space gods. They're like, they don't care. They do what they have to. They're like walking plot armor. It's pretty scary. Pretty scary. That stability, I don't really care about that, but we'll beef it up a smidge. No, we won't. I don't know what that does. That's radar range. That's fine. Actually, I don't want that. I want that. Whatever that is. We'll do this newer one here. Oh, right. These are some side missions where we fight other enemies. This is from one of the other OVAs that I can't remember the plot of. I forgot to. Do you remember love? I don't. I remember the power of song. There we go. These aliens thought they were hot shit. They were wrong. If I can actually hit them. Please hit them. Handle this. There we go. You have to get awfully close sometimes. Got him. And here Basara comes a little late. I am also playing as Basara, though this is fun. Don't let me come into it. As you can see, I am in fact killing a giant spaceship with the power of song. I say killing. Convincing it to not be a giant spaceship, I think is I flew too far away. There is a range to the speakers that I have to kind of abide by. Wow, that thing is... Jeez, this thing's a mile away. Actually, many kilometers from me. There we go. All I have to do is tag it. But yeah, one of the other don't freeze cool gimmicks is that if you do something that inflicts traditional damage, like if I shoot missiles or punch it to death, or punch at them, I lose song power meter, which is this red gauge I have right under my health bar, which makes my songs less effective. So it's really cool. It's a very well fleshed out gimmick that they put a lot of thought into, and I wish was in more games, to be honest. And now it's a yellow Quaidlin round. Whoa, that's enough out of you. So mostly I'm like boosting around and towards and forward, and trying to generally vector myself so that my projectiles that have speakers actually hit these guys. There we go. Oh shoot, they're doing another? No, they're just powered up. I'm gonna guard. There we go. That was only an A rank? I'm upset. I thought I killed that. Oh, and I got the other member of Firebomber, who's pretty cool. He's a cool guy. He's like an ex-military arms dealer or something who now plays music, with his cool partner Vephidas, who only speaks through the power of drums, which is really rad. I think those might be the sound. No, those weren't. I don't know what those were. Let me check the shop real quick. Okay, villain mechs. No. No. They are not letting me have nice things. I don't know how I feel about that. They are not letting me have the song packs, so maybe there's another mission that I'm not aware of, or I need to get S ranks on both of these, which is likely. I am kind of running out of time, but I'll see if I can get an S rank on either one of these by dumping stats into things that I wouldn't otherwise do it to. Kuzung dropped a... Well, I'll look at the Discord in a minute. I have it off right now to improve my computer's performance. Metal Hero greatness. I do like Metal Heroes, and I think they are great. That's good enough. That's enough range to actually do something. We're gonna try this one against the eldritch abominations all over again. Oh, sweet Kuzon's here too. Sick. This is a good day. Everybody tuned in today. I really am feeling the love, guys. I really am. I love it. I know, This initial part is real easy. It's when the enemies, the big baddies, show up that I have difficulty. Showing up now, yes, very good, sort of. For a given value of good, I guess. For this, I'm gonna pop up with a super. Dead as quickly as possible. Oh, jeez! This is not killing me as quickly as I'd like, but it is eventually. Got him. Got him too. Ah! Fight. love the swing wings swing all the way back. I love that. So aesthetically pleasing. Let's talk about fighter jet design and how Shoji Kawamori, the mechanical designer for the Macross series in general. Oh! Oh! I want to get away from that. I forgot that it spawns that right at the beginning. And my ally's just going to get hit by that. That's probably what's tanking my score. I'm just going to sit here and take it. Okay, can't take it anymore. There we go. Now comes the part where I have to dodge these! Can't believe that worked. Can't even see which way I'm facing. Ah, that's so bad. The problem is I keep getting hit and taking damage, and that's nuking my score, so I can't get an S rank. That he moves so fast, he actually gets out of range. You wouldn't think he is, but he's quite a ways out there. And it doesn't help that my ally keeps getting killed, so that's probably just an A again. This one's tricky. What I may have to do is take stats from everywhere and then put it into my song's damage. Which doesn't boost it, won't wind up boosting it that much, ultimately. The radius helps, but I think the damage is where I need to start plopping it. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to take it from other things. I'm going to make certain concessions. I'm not ready, but I will do it. I will absolutely do it. Okay, that's going to make that song do a ton of damage. This should be fine. This is what I mean about moving stats from other places and putting them into other categories. It's not quite as dramatic as it will wind up being. I'm going to beef up those stats for my allies so they are less likely to get killed. I'm going to beef up their song stats. Yes, that should be fine. Actually, I'm going to just make theirs a stat stick. And remove those, bump stats into that stuff, and then up. That has higher native range, we'll go with that. Okay. Alright, let's try this again. And hopefully not, a real quick check on my, So the stats of my support pilot, who's ostensibly in the cockpit right behind me, or talking with me over the radio, does have some sort of a multiplier to your own, so it's good to have high stats on your pilot. Your co-pilot, rather, your support pilot. But I don't know how much they actually do have. I don't know the mathematical impact, I should say. I just don't know. It exists, I know that. But I don't know what the actual stats are. So we're going to keep doing this mission until we get it right. Which basically means don't get hit by a super, kill them very, very quickly. There we go. Ah, yeah, it's great. 90s J-Rock is fantastic. Well, it can be. This, what should be noted is the band, the in-series band that did this, which is called Firebomber. was a real band in real life as a result of the series. I forget the names of the actual singer. It's not what it is in the series. So I've already taken a couple hits, but hopefully they're not bad enough to cost me. They also, and this is very interesting, came out with, they have a number of albums. They came out with an album that's in English, the whole thing. And there's actually an in-lore reason for its existence. And it's that there was a homage band, a cover band in series that tried to do Firebomber's music, but in English, which is, I think, rad. To have that much deepest lore. Please target his middle section. I'm just going. I don't care. Get blasted. The business. Fine. The business. This is bad business to be hit by, so I'm already at an A rank. I might start the mission. Please turn his body. Thank you. Well, actually, I can use the points that I get from it, so even if I lose, or don't get an A rank, S rank, which I'm not getting an S rank anymore, that's been thrown away. So I have to keep doing this until I get it right. I have an obsessive-compulsive need. Shooting at, but right now it's not me, so that's my ally. There we go. I'm gonna revive my ally and see if that helps me any score-wise. It is a mechanic in the game. You can revive your allies. It's cool. Never have time for it, but we've done it now. Tentacles for starters. I need to get close, because I am 4 kilometers away. My music cannot stretch that far. That's aimed at me, I'm dead. Oh, I'm not dead, just barely. This is not going very well. Because he's like way at the top corner, I think. Yeah, he's right at the edge of the playing field, so I keep running into invisible walls. They want my allies so badly. I don't know what they did to deserve this. And I don't think me reviving them is going to help. But it means they're not targeting me, so I guess that's good. I'm already taking too much damage, and I'm tempted to restart the mission as it is. that song. Oh, get close, please. There we go. Yeesh. Okay, that might be a B rank because I got hurt a lot. Yeah, that's an A. Gonna keep dumping into my song damage and hoping for the best. Because I can't shoot it with missiles. What I may also be able to do is use the, that's worth a shot. Because I can do a lot of damage very, 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 very quickly if I use the one that has a 3-person super. But it's kind of tricky, whereas this is a lot more straightforward and a lot cooler. To just kind of try tagging things with speaker pods and singing at them to death. Ow! For some reason I had missiles active. That's not good. Okay. Fun. He did not like that. So I have to do this for a minute. I hope he doesn't melee me like he just did right there. So, huge damage. Well, he's dead, but at what cost? So I'm gonna try doing this with a different unit and see if I can maybe. Oh shoot, that's right. Watch that health dissolve. There we go. That went much better for the second side. second half. And my ally didn't die. We might actually get an S rank out of that, which would be nice. Yes! Progress. Give me the sound packs? No, that's a Chronicle mission. I don't want that. Those are hard. With an emphasis on the capital H for holy crap are those hard. Fortunately, I'm leveling up Nekibazaran now, so I'll be able to do that later, and it won't suck quite so much. Unfortunately, I'll also have to do missions where I play as Gamlin, and he is not as good. Sad but true. I don't really need more song damage for this stuff, so I'm going to pump it all into range. My songs will coat the battlefield in their luxurious timbre. Are there any stats I can probably do away with? I want the speed. I definitely want that where that is. Let's call that good. There's not much else I can do with that. Oh, I have to do the same for her, right? We've got those, we've got those. Boop, boop. Just level them up the normal way. Let's try to get an S rank on this. This one should be pretty manageable. It's just a matter of actually hitting with the speaker pods. On the giant ship, which has a hitbox much larger than it appears. I also may have a hidden objective, because there are a lot of hidden objectives where you need to kill things in a certain order sometimes. And that might be what got me the rank before. Oh, I'm not close enough. That's not taking damage. I'm taking damage. There we go. Having more radar would be good for these guys that are way out there. There are more songs that they sing, but unfortunately the game doesn't easily let you do that. There's a way, but I don't have it unlocked. Alright, Basara shows up late. There we go. Oh, this might be one of the ones where you have to actually milk the spaceship for enemies. Ah, that could be why I got an A before. There's one or two missions where you have to keep track of your score and do some, frankly, cheesy stuff to make it happen. This might be one of them. Listen to my song. Oh yeah, this is just spawning enemies. I'm gonna kill a couple more of these and then oh, they even tried to heal there, and it just got dissolved. I'd feel pity, but they're warlike aliens, and we don't have to have it. Hit. There we go. I knew there was a boss somewhere. Yeah! It's the humane way to go. Exactly. Someone's punching that man to death. I don't know why. I didn't like it. I indicated before, there are a few missions where in order to get the higher scores, you have to kind of milk them. This, I think, is one of them. Yes. That will hopefully do it. Then I'll have to call it for today, and I'll do Dynamite 7 next week, even though that one's relatively short. And Frontier, which comes after it, is kind of long. So we'll see how that goes. Those are going to be a bit more straightforward shooty bang bangs, as opposed to this, which is shoot a little and dodge a lot and sing more. But we'll see. That was still only an A rank? What do I need to do? What's that middle special 2 objective? I have no idea. I can't read Moon. I don't know what that says. I'll work on that later. I don't care now. I do actually have to kind of go. Yeah, I've been doing this for 3 hours. I have stuff I've got to get done today before I come to Kamen Rider Echo's Mobile Suit Mondays, since I guess we're doing that too, which is awesome. I don't know what time we're doing that. What time is that going to be at Echo? If you know. You can tune into his Twitch, which is twitch.tv.KamenRiderEcho. Highly recommend that. He's got a whole bevy of different stuff that he streams. For my bit, I usually stream 3 times throughout the week. Mecha-Mondays, which you're currently watching, or which is just wrapping up now, where I do play games that are giant robot related or mecha adjacent. This is Macross Ultimate Frontier, a game on the PSP from 2009. I do other games though. I also do a Warframe Wednesdays stream, where I've got to do something for Kuzong. I think it's Mirage related stuff. Where I do Warframe Wednesdays. I do Warframe stuff for a couple hours. And then on Saturdays I do a Storytime Saturday stream, where I read short stories and indeed entire novels aloud. Right now we're about 3/4 of the way, and change, through Robert A. Heinlein's The Moon is a Harsh Mistress. So if you like lunar revolts against authority, that is the way to go. Very entertaining, and you get to hear me speak in bad Russian accent for hours at a time, until my throat gets really tired and I have to start speaking like a normal person. So that's not so easy. But yeah, definitely check out Kamen Rider Echo's streams if anybody's tuning in that isn't from our usual group. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. Oh, thank you, Kazan. That does mean a lot to me. It really does. It sounds like I'm speaking with a sarcastic flat affect, but it genuinely means a lot. I'm not used to compliments. I don't know what to do with them. So yeah, Other than that, stay healthy, wealthy, and wise. Best 1 out of 3. Um, uh, or just stay alive. That's, fly away, listen to my song. Um, there is a song listening thing in here, but it's going to get me censored on YouTube, so I'm going to avoid using it. Yeah, no, I hope you dug it. I do recommend Macross 7. I recommend Macross in general. I'm not a fan of most of the later entries. They don't really do as much for me. Macross 7 just kind of hits this perfect, like, peak early mid-90s, early 90s animation with J-Rock, with ludicrously over-the-top characters, really over-the-top everything. But all kind of in this one cohesive, solid 50-episode package, and I really do recommend it. It's fun. I feel it's worth your time. A lot of people, I've talked to a bunch of people who are like, Macross 7 is like the worst Macross entry, and I'm like, you're so wrong. You're so wrong. Partly because now Macross Delta exists, and it definitely tries to take the cake. It tries so hard to be the worst it can be. It's too bad. Because it has good ideas, but it just does nothing with them, which is a shame. I find mediocrity almost worse than outright badness, because at least outright badness can be entertaining. Mediocrity never is. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. Have a good one. And carry on, I guess. See ya. Thanks, folks. Thanks again for tuning in, guys. I do appreciate it.